A whānau raised in Ōtautahi when it wasn't okay to be Māori.
It had its impacts on me. I had to be tough because I used to be called a horis. I felt like I was a black girl in a white world.
Together undertaking a powerful act of decolonisation.
It's defiant of those systems that were built to eradicate us. It is an example of what it means to be wahine toa, to stand strong in your identity and in your belief that you deserve to be there and deserve to exist in your own land.
3 generations reclaiming the legacy of their tūpuna wahine.
I think us getting our Moko Kauae is a very important step for showing all the generations that come that we're really proud to be Māori. And to do it as a whānau with aunties and my daughter, it really speaks to who we are.
It's my birthright as a wahine Māori to claim this.
This is a day generations in the making. In the idyllic settlement of Rāpaki in Waitaha, the Stone whānau have returned from around Aotearoa and Australia for their first whānau mokopapa.
I used to feel sorry for us and buy maybe 1 or 2. Yeah.
A little nervous, not about getting it, I want it, but a lot of people have mentioned a bit of pain, and I'm a little, ooh, because I am a little, sometimes I think I'm a bit of a chicken, but, you know, I'm ready to meet the pain as well.
And she won't be meeting the pain alone. Jeni-Leigh is receiving her Moko Kauae alongside her aunties Herena, Rita and Mate, as well as her 21-year-old daughter Kura.
Some people might think that getting a Moko Kauae could be seen as radical, especially at such a young age, but I think that's the opposite of what it means to me. For me, it's to make casual something that should always be normal for us to have.
Before the mokopapa begins, Mate, who lives in Perth, starts the day with a swim in her moana. For her, the idea of a kauae has been floating around for more than a decade.
And I thought, right, that's it, I'm getting my Moko Kauae. The time is right. I've come to the point where I've grown as a wahine Māori, and I'm ready. I am so ready for this. And I told Rita, and she says, oh, I've always wanted to get it done. I also want to wear it for my whānau, my tūpunas that never got a chance to because of, you know, the situation back then, racism and all that sort of thing. So I'm so looking forward to it. I'm ready.
And finally, after numerous COVID delays, the mokopapa is about to begin, led by Ngāi Tahu Tāmoko artist Christine Harvey.
Many of the wānanga I have held about Kauae have been as much about decolonisation as it is about reclaiming our tonga.
For Jeni-Leigh and Kura, it's a day they thought they might not see together, after Jeni-Leigh underwent treatment for breast cancer last year.
I think the added challenges that she's had to go through and that we've had to go through together definitely add another layer of gratitude that I feel towards the event, that we can be in this room together receiving our Moko Kauae when we didn't even know if she would make it to my 21st birthday. I'm honoured to be able to get my Moko Kauae alongside my mama.
Now, one of the things I 100% do is not just seize the day, but I take every moment I have and I want to express who I really am in it. And doing this with my daughter, I want to show her how important it is to me. I'm not going to tell her to do it. I will show her I will do it too.
For the Stones, the decision to become wāhine mau moko is an important step towards healing the pain of the past. Although they spent time in Rāpaki growing up, they were raised over the hill in Christchurch, where being Māori was looked down on.
It felt like we had a life at home, which was very much Māori support, and at school it was this Pākehā world, which was very different. It felt lonely at times, and one instance I recall when I was probably about 7, my friend from school invited me to her house, and I went around and her mother was at the door, and she looked at me and she looked at her and she said, "You can't bring her in. She better go home. We don't like Maoris." And that was heartbreaking. Yeah, so that's kind of just one example of, you know, the pain, I guess, of being the other.
Christchurch is not the best place for Māori sometimes. Just getting to school every day was a mission and a little scary because you'd have to go through, say, the city, and there was always white power.
It's a world away from the life Kura has experienced growing up in Tāmaki Makaurau.
Mum grew up in the racism, but I didn't, because she did everything she could to make sure that I wasn't ever going to be around it. Even with all that she did to separate me from that, I still have experienced racism, and I've still experienced people looking down on me because I'm Māori, or because I'm a wāhine, or because I'm a wāhine Māori. The triple combo of, of who's going to get the beat down of life.
I'm in awe of her confidence, and I'm in awe of her knowing what she wants and how she wants to move forward is with a Moko Kauae. And I'm more than proud.
And she's not the only one. Also here is Kura's paternal grandfather, esteemed tūhoi kaumātua, Te Whare Kotua Turuwhenua.
My upbringing has been heavily influenced by my koko, my grandfather. I was effectively raised by him, my nanny, my parents, and my auntie. I told him that I wanted to get my Moko Kauae, and I asked him if it would be appropriate if I could have my great-grandma's Moko Kauae, his mum. And he didn't say yes or no. He said, "I've got a good photo of her somewhere around where you can see her Moko Kauae better." And that to me was the ultimate acceptance, was here, I'll help you to do it.
The Stone whānau meet the pain with joy. After a few hours, a legacy lost for generations is etched into their skin and reclaimed once more. Kura's is the last Moko Kauae to be completed. Joining her hākoe and māma as a wahine maumoko.
To me, it's courage, but it's also an example of the extreme love they have for themselves, for their people, for where they've come from. And I think that it's important to know that all of this comes from a love for our culture and our identity.
Like the Stones, the face of Christchurch is also changing. The The city that was once so monocultural is undergoing a makeover.
The whole landscape down here has changed. Everything has changed. The city, the people, attitudes, and I'm so thrilled I get to see it in my generation. But knowing that my aunties, myself, my daughter, we're all getting our Moko Kauae, it's part of the change.
A change Kura hopes more wāhine Māori will feel empowered to make.
The moment that you entered this world as a kōtero or as a wāhine, that Moko Kauae became your birthright or became something that you are entitled to. You don't have to be fluent, you don't have to be 90 years old, you don't have to be some mystical, magical, wise Māori woman. You just have to be a wāhine Māori, and that's all, because it's there for you and it will always be there for you if you choose it.
Kei roto I o tātou toto.